what's this you're looking at? Well, I'll tell you. Secret Vault here. I'm selling my drone. I'm going to be really quick. You can ask me any questions if you don't understand, but this is one of the early drones I bought, and it's been one of the best. I bought the Phantom 3. Great pictures, but unfortunately used to shake a lot. You get these little micro vibrations when you're flying. Then I got the Phantom 4 Professional. Got rid of the micro vibrations, but didn't fly very well, as didn't the Phantom 3. When you're traveling at high speeds, it wouldn't turn well. It would kick rather than turning. The drone that solved all that for me and used to fly absolutely wonderfully, controls are impeccable, is this one. It's called a DJI Mavic Pro. So this has been around for years, and it's such a tried and tested design that they kept making it in this form factor. So I got the Fly More combo, which means it comes with extra batteries. And my dog's coming up the stairs for some reason. She wants to know what I'm talking about. Probably thinks I'm taking her out or something, but not yet. So anyway, right, back to the point. This is a case. You don't get this case with DJI stuff. It's a hard case. So it's a flight case. You can put stuff on it and it safely stores things, unlike the little fuzzy case that DJI gave you, which would actually squash everything. So I recommend a hard case. Okay, as you see, got foam inserts. The DJI Fly More package came with 3 batteries. So I've got 1, 2, 3 still there. Okay, and as you can see, I professionally number them. So that's battery 1, 2, and 3's on there. Okay, there's a little bit of sticky on there to stick something on there, but that's neither here nor there. Also, you've got the controller. As you can see, it's got my details on there, and it tells you which firmware I'm on, which tells you the best firmware, which I'll come back to in a minute, and it's telling you a couple of settings on there that if it ever wipes its memory, I know which exact settings to go back to, which are the best ones. So quickly, without having to experiment. As you can see, I haven't even taken the plastic off the thing here. The little plastic thing's still on it, so it's like, it doesn't really need to come off. It's in good condition. You can see there's no real mess but there, and if there's a couple of little scuffs on here, but you can just pull that plastic off if you want. It's all in good nick, very good nick, never been dropped. Okay, so what else we got? Well, we got the drone itself. Let's have a look. Whoa, am I going to be able to do this one-handed? No impacts, good condition, all good. Nothing wrong with this. It's all neat, it's all tidy. Oops, don't want my telephone number showing. But yeah, it's all good. It's a good old drone. And you can see underneath it as well. You can see underneath it. I've got my telephone number on the little protector, so I'll take that off. Hang on a second. Let me just take that off. Just take the protector off. Take the little gimbal protector off. Always use these things. There's the lens. Absolutely clear as a bell. No marks or crap on that. So that's all good. So we put the drone to one side. That flies like a dream. Okay. Never had any problems with it, apart from one instance where as a lot of drones do, it decided to very slowly just fly away. But I use a thing called a beeper, which I stick on there, and the beeper continually beeps. It goes beep, 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 beep. So I'm flying along. If you were to have a flyaway, which is unlikely, if you were, you can find it. That's why I've got that velcroed on there all the time. But that's just me. Most people don't fly with that, but that's just me. So anyway, I've got a filter kit, and the filters will pop on the lens here. So there's a couple of ND filters, so they pop on there, but I can't do it with one hand. But anyway, we've got a couple of NDs. We've got a ND16, an 8, a 4, I believe, and I think there's a polarizer here as well, but I can't remember now. It's an ND32, ND16, ND4, and an ND8. There's no polarizer in this kit, but there we are. What else did it come with? You can have this lens cleaner, I suppose. There's a little device that comes in the Fly More kit as well, which is kind of handy. It's a charge unit, which allows you to come out to USB, so it goes on the bottom of one of your batteries like this. And it's a little neat device. This now I don't want to show my Telephone number. I don't want to show my telephone number, so I'm just going to show you like this. You put this little device on there like that. Hang on, and it comes out to USB. So here we go. Now you've got two USBs that you can either charge the controller from whilst you're out, or you can charge your phone from. So you can use the batteries to charge devices whilst you're out, which is kind of an interesting thing. So that comes as part of the package, and we've got one of these, but I don't know, do I want to give this away? These are only like £3 to buy. Yeah, I'll let you have that. This is called a rabbit ears. It goes on the top of this if you want to get extra range. And as you know, this drone will fly a long way. What you do is you don't put it on this way round, you put it on that way round, and it sits on top of the antennas like that. And then whichever direction you point in, it becomes very directional. So if you're flying close to you, you don't want this thing on because you can fly around yourself then. But this will just fly in the direction you took off and point it in the direction. Look at your signal meter and you'll see if you get a good signal or not. So that'll come as part of the package. We got some spare blades, a couple of spare blades, and a few more spare blades in here. So if you were to get a little bit of an incident, so that's 3 spares of the old type, and I think there's a few. Is this the new types? I can't remember. Bear with me a second. I'll just pause. That's right. Yeah, there's 4 platinum blades in there as well, which are off the platinum type drone, and these fly with a lower RPM and they're quieter. So basically, if you want to switch over the original blades, which are these ones, for these ones, then you can go and have a fly with a little bit less noise and a little bit less RPM. But the flying characteristics are pretty much the same, but there's slight differences. You know, it behaves slightly different in the air, but it's very nice actually, and it's a lot quieter. So you get all of that. You get the controller, and you also get a nice little extra, which is, hang on, what's in here? That's not for this. That's for another kit, so I'd be taking that out. It's just a screwdriver and a little gadget. Right, what's in here? So you've got a couple of that's just a lanyard. This is if you're using a old-fashioned USB. Well, this is a USB-C connector. There should be one for USB-B. There it is. That's a USB-B connector to USB-B. That goes on the side of the side here, and then gives you a connection to USB-B or C. So those are your connectors. There's a couple of keys for the box. Right. What else? We've got a couple more cables in here, but probably just the same. It's probably for iPhone. It is. Yeah. There's one for iPhone. Hang on. Let me just get it up there. You know the ones. It's that type for iPhone. Yeah. So and there's one more spare cable, which is another iPhone one again. Exactly the same thing again. So there's a couple of spares in there. Just chuck everything back in. I just jam it all down there and put a sort of thing on the top that's going to stick it all in there, and then I jam it in with some more cleaning cloths so it doesn't fall out. But that's it basically. That's what you're getting. Oh no, there's one extra thing. Right, the charger. Right, the charger is a DJI standard charger. As you can see, I haven't even taken the plastic off it. I keep it on there because it's nice and protected. Everything I do is usually labelled up quite well. Don't want my telephone number showing, but as you can see, I label everything, so when you plug it in, you can even see what you plugged into the wall. But here's the interesting thing: is this is a multi-charger hub, right? And this allows you to charge all the batteries at once, so you don't have to come back halfway through the night and swap over another battery, and then a couple of hours later swap over another battery. You can put all the batteries on at once, and it'll take 4 batteries in 1, 2, 3, 4, and it'll just charge this one, then it'll charge that one, then it'll charge that one, then it'll charge that one, then it'll stop. So it's a 4-way charge hub, yeah, that just plugs onto the original charger. Now, people are selling these drones for up to, it's going for about £700, but this drone has got something that none of those drones has got. This drone is special. This drone has been upgraded. This drone has a different brain. Okay, so none of the drones on eBay will have what this one's got. This one has a hacked firmware, which is a well-known hack and works fine. I've been flying with it for at least a year. Not a problem. Not a single problem with it. Oh God, I honestly thought I'd lost my video recording then, but I played it back and yes, I hadn't. It was 10 minutes long. It's getting long, so I'm going to keep it short. This one will fly higher than, I think the upper limit for a DJI drone is something like 1,000 or 1,500 feet, and then they stop. They just won't go higher than that. This one's had that height restriction removed. It's also able to climb and descend at an extremely fast rate, because what these drones normally do is when you say full down on the stick, so you want to go down on the stick, it just comes down gently and slowly. Yeah. Well, that takes ages and ages and ages to come back down. So I've rigged it in the firmware so that it can, if you press down, the thing will literally plummet down, and if you push up, it whoosh like a rocket. Yeah. So it allows me to do these really nice pull-ups without having to go into software editing, video editing, and actually speed everything up. So it's like, you know, I can actually get pretty good drops and pretty good climbs away from things, whooshing away, so that the scenery sort of away from you. I can get that because it not only flies fast, but it'll climb fast. So that is basically being sportified. So this is a sports speed class drone, which means you have to be a little bit more careful when you fly it, because if you go down at a hell of a speed, you have to stop that speed before you get to the ground, because it is traveling. So you have to compensate for that, and you don't just expect to let go of the controls and it to stop dead. You have to stop quite a bit higher, because it'll be slowing down to a stop. Yeah. So, and the same with the speed as well. You can't just expect it to stop on a dime. You know, it's kind of like you got to compensate for that, because this is a sportified, cinematic, upgraded drone. What's the third or fourth and probably amazing thing is that it's hacked so it can fly anywhere. It can fly inside controlled airspace. Right, now you should have permission to do this. Normally you have to contact DJI through the app, and you have to apply for a permission to fly in that area, and then they want your telephone number and your credit card, and then they can prove who you are, and then they send you a code, and then it unlocks it. But sometimes you aren't in a position to be able to get that, yeah, and you don't have time to do that, or wherever you're flying, they're saying, oh, you shouldn't be flying here, you know, like some places. Yeah, I'm just going to say some places, so you need to qualify yourself where those places are. Use a drone app. Use a drone application. It'll tell you where you should and shouldn't be flying, but I don't have time to do that sometimes, so it's nice to just have a drone that just does what I want, flies where I want, goes as high as I want. Yeah, now it's up to you. You have to make sure you stay within the law, you know, when you fly this drone, because you can make this drone do things that might be against the law. Okay, so I'm just saying you may do that, and I am not suggesting that you do that, and I am not saying that I have done that. I'm just saying that this drone is capable of doing that, so you have to be sensible. Okay, but this is why I'm saying this is not just like any drone. This is not just like any drone you get. This is a drone for somebody that knows what they're doing, or knows what they would like to do, yeah, and doesn't like restrictions. Okay, so that's why, priced accordingly, they're going for about 700 on eBay right now. Okay, I'm going to say with everything you got here, case, upgrades to the firmware, sportified stuff, I don't know, 800 quid all in. Yeah, you're getting quite a bit of drone, and you're getting a nice drone that's got a bit of history to it. And I will even throw in, this is if you want it, I will throw in drone lessons for you. Okay, so I'll get you started. If you haven't owned a drone before and you want to come down, I'll give you one intensive day, right? But I would recommend the best thing for you would be a 2-day. Okay, so we do a few intensive hours on one day. You go away, your brain absorbs it a bit. We come back the next day and we see whether you remembered some of that stuff, yeah? And we go over it again to try and make it stick. And I would recommend doing that if you've never flown before, because this is quite a powerful little drone, and you know, with the right instruction, I think you can easily handle it, because these are such easy drones to fly. You'll never find anything easier to fly than one of these drones. Okay, it will not bite you as long as you are instructed where not to poke it. Okay, because it will bite you if you do poke it in the wrong area. So Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a sports car here. So let's talk. If you're interested, it's for sale. Why am I getting rid of it? Well, I got so many drones, right? What I want to get is I want to get another one of the next type of drone I've got, so all the batteries match, because I got so many batteries for the next one up. Then I'm not going to have to buy any more. I can just buy and just put them in the same case, and I've got two drones with the same batteries that I don't have to charge separately, and it just makes life easier for me. And my next drone is upgraded and firmware hacked just like this one, so it flies just as crazy and amazing as this one. So anyway, you've seen the footage. Most of the stuff I have filmed on the channel that you've seen from Explores, from Urbex Explores, has been done on this drone. Okay, so if you like what you see, if you think this is an amazing drone and you like what you've seen so far, you can own it. So if you want it, 800. Price comes with training from a complete Urbex idiot. So yeah, you can come down and I will take you up the local park and we can do that. Okay, so yeah, if you're feeling bored because of the lockdown, I'll still teach you in the lockdown, because as far as I'm concerned, that's my work and I can't do it from remotely or from home. It has to be from outside. So there we go. Yeah, come and see us. If I don't get any response very quickly, I'm going to put it on eBay, and I think it'll probably go quite quickly because of the firmware upgrade. So if you're interested and you're serious, let me know. If you can make a down payment as a deposit, I'll hold it for you until you can find the time to come down. But firm offers really, because I do need to get rid of this, because I'm just sort of like, I'm using it, but this is the one I still take out. I mean, I had it out 2 days ago, so I'm still using it, but I'd like to just move across to using all of the same drone, saves messing around. So there we go. That's it, folks. Get in touch, but yeah, sooner I can get rid of this, sooner I can get it all paid off, paid for, with one payment. That would be great for me. Otherwise, it's going on eBay, and I think it's going to get snapped up. So watch this space, talk to us. I don't bite, so and you can come down and visit us in wonderful Wiltshire if you wonder where I live. I am happy to post it to you in the UK. I can't post it to anyone from abroad because the insurance won't get covered. So if it goes missing, then I'm going to be in trouble. But I'll post it to anywhere in the UK. If you want me to post it to anywhere abroad, then the last part of the transport on this will, if something goes wrong, I can't accept responsibility for, if the insurance won't pay. But it's up to you. If you want to own it and you're abroad, you're accepting the responsibility on the last part of the travel for that. I can get it to the post office in one piece. But I hope wherever you live in the world, they get it to you in one piece. But that's by the by. I'm going up to 18 minutes now. People are asking me, what do I use? So there we are. You've now had, not only, this is exactly what I use. Yeah, although if you buy one of these, it won't have the firmware updates. If you want to get the firmware hacked, I can tell you how to do it. Might be able to even help you with it. But yeah, if you want mine, there it is in all its glory. So now you know what I use. This is what I use. It's not the only one, but this is the main one that I always take out. When I grab a bag, it's this bag. So why not own a piece of history? Why not own a piece of the secret vault? And you'd be supporting us a lot by helping us out as well. So thanks very much for watching. Good night.